Good morning. It's Friday, June 2nd. Here's our VIP pre-market prep for our VIPs, 9 a.m. here. All right, we got some good things to talk about. First of all, it's a very, very, very important day for the indices. And from a macroeconomic perspective, it's Friday. Weekly candles close today. And ARKK, we've been waiting for this big breakout of the ARKK to close above the 50-week moving average. It's above it now. And if we close above this 39.71 roughly level, I think it's going to be great news for ARKK. Now, though, a couple things. Just jobs data, economic data just came out, and the reaction to it looked like it was very strong jobs data, but unemployment data, I don't know. Like one of them looked like worse than expected, one looked better than expected, but I'm not making much out of that. I'm really looking at the technicals. And the other big thing I'm looking at is the Treasury general account. Now that this debt ceiling bill is going to be signed by Biden today or over the weekend, Treasury general account can start selling bonds, and that could cause a liquidity drain in the stock market next week. That's one thing to be aware of, okay? The other thing to be aware of is ARKK and this big breakout. And then the third thing to talk about is what yesterday with Rex. It was probably one of our best shows ever with him. And I really recommend you go into our app, go into archives, check out the event archives, and check out the Rex Man episode 5. Okay, we analyzed AIR and QQQ and some other stocks. And so he's looking for all-time new highs on QQQ. And we talked about AI and the mega trend of AI and and short squeeze season, all kinds of stuff like that. So he's very bullish. I also know Vegas is coming on in a bit, also very bullish on the main indices, but I am more skeptical. Yeah, I think both can happen, right? I'm looking for the potential of some sort of big correction starting next week, or maybe even later today. We'll see ahead of this Treasury general account situation. And then maybe we do go to all-time highs. All right. At the same token, based on the conversation we had with Rex yesterday, I think there's a chance for a major market squeeze today. Look at this QQQ. That looks crazy. I think there's a chance for a major market squeeze, especially if people think, oh, this ARKK is not going to break down. This ARKK is going to close above the 50-week moving average. You may see a ton of money, a ton of FOMO money coming into risk assets by the end of the day here. Okay. So balance it all out. I'm actually bullish for today, but skeptical going into next week. My hope is the ideal scenario is some crazy blown off top short squeeze action today, which is kind of what I'm positioned for right now. But then I'd like to take some off the table towards the end of the day, maybe add some puts to our hedge position and take it from there. But generally speaking, things are looking very good technically. And you got to say, I got to talk about just the jobs data being really strong. At some point, does good news become good news? Like at some point, it's okay, jobs data strong, interest rates going to go back up, or inflation is an issue. I don't know. But at some point, they say, hey, the economy is strong. Maybe they need to hire all these people to build all these AI programs and stuff. Like there's an architecture explosion happening right now in big tech and AI. And maybe this is enough to fuel the next big bull leg of the market. So you got to be open-minded to both directions and be agile and pick the best stocks to go long on and maybe have some hedge. That's probably the best way to do it. But in any case, let's go to specific news. SENS. I called this out this morning in our app chat. Oh, there it goes, right at the high of the morning now, 74 cents. 74 now, new high. Yay, let's go. All right, pick some up at 69 cents. Now, I didn't do big size because I don't know the company well. All right, if I had interviewed the CEO, if I knew the company well, this type of news, they got United Healthcare, 40 million members. This is a type of news, if you knew the company well, that looks like inflection type news that you pile on with massive size when the thing was like at 69 cents below the 20 DMA breakout level. Look, they beat earnings on May 10th, and then it pulled back. This was kind of like a perfect setup to say, hey, this thing's at least going back up to the 20 DMA, so that's why I picked some up with a 70-cent resistance, which it broke. And now the next target's about 83 cents. 83 cents. Now, personally, like I may sell somewhere around 80 cents, something like that, ahead of that target. But this is also something I do think I've been communicating with a colleague who knows this company well, trying to get more information on the fundamentals and impact of this deal, and I'm liking what I hear from him. So I think this could be the real deal as far as the news. The only thing is, it's kind of a richly valued company. Okay, it's trading at like 13, 14 times revenue. They're not profitable yet, but they do apparently have 70 million cash, and they don't need to raise money. $300 million market cap. But this is big news. United Healthcare, largest insurer, 40 million covered lives. It's in here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Market Watch. Where's it? There it is. Business Wire. United Healthcare coverage. There's the news. So this is the most significant news. There's actually not much news from a story trading perspective. This is the only thing we kind of saw this morning and alerted you guys to on the app and also in our legacy WhatsApp community. And it's already up nicely. So I'll be looking to trade this, maybe add at support levels. Maybe in bigger size now that we're getting not only price validation, but I'm getting fundamental valuation from my colleague on this. This is an interesting stock to trade today, and do your research. Maybe something you want to keep. But I have a trade mentality with SENS this morning. We're looking for that 80 cents first, and we'll take it from there. Air. So we talked about Air with Rex yesterday. You know, my all-time favorite stock. I've had it since $2.50. Much smaller size now. I should have just kept everything and retired on a private island. I mean, man, I was on the Benzinga show like a year and a half ago, and I told them the price target for Air is $50 to $100 in 2 to 3 years. When it was $5, I bought it $2.50, went to $5, went on Benzinga, $50 to $100. That was it. You just need to make one call your entire life and stick with it, man. So I sold all of my shares at $25, bought some back, when it dipped, but I just have some now. So, they had news. They brought another customer. Let me tell you, from a technical, the news was great. Yesterday, when the thing was 34, I gave you guys same day price target, and it hit. You can see 35 to 40. After talking to Rex and looking at this chart pattern and looking at this short position, 18%, like I think this thing is ready to explode. I wouldn't be surprised if it saw 40 to 45 today. The all-time high here is $40.69. Okay, so I really wouldn't be surprised to see 40 to 45 today, and maybe into the 50s in a short amount of time in the next couple of weeks. So Air is probably still my top pick from yesterday. Let's call SENS second, just because I don't know, enough about it. Okay, QIPT, still like this. A target here is at the 20 DMA. We went through this yesterday, 581, 582. Yeah, it could go back to 650, but it could take days or weeks to get there, and it's also not a guarantee. So I think this is the low-hanging fruit yesterday at the open, up to 580. So still like that one. On QIPT. We interviewed the CEO of HTCR yesterday, so that's available in our app. We got some good insights and some good nuggets of events and catalysts coming up, and got some good idea of fundamental value and where support could be. I'm just going to say that I think it's worth your time, okay? And check out the full video. It is embargoed for VIPs at this time. So if you're watching this replay, hop on over to storytrading.com/app. You can grab a free trial and go to our event archives, or just type in HTCR, add it to your watch list, and then you can go to the calendar and find the event that we had yesterday. So worth your time to watch that event. So Carvana, why do I have Carvana here? I have Carvana here because of the potential of ARKK having a major multi-period breakout. So again, we're watching this. If it closes above that 50-week moving average, guess what? I don't care about fundamentals in this case, right? If ARKK does this, then all the growth stocks of the past that were very overinflated like that, they're all coming back, man, with a vengeance. And you're going to see massive short squeezes everywhere. So look at this. Carvana broke the 50 DMA. It's 50% short, Carvana. So the immediate target on this is actually $19.87. Even though it was up 25% yesterday, I think you can have another $3.50 move on it today if ARKK cooperates and continues to do well. So, and that's just one stock, right? I'm not well versed in all of these growth names that went up like 1,000% and then during COVID and then just crashed. I'm not well versed in all of them. Carvana comes to mind, but there's others. There's probably dozens of others that are in a very similar situation. But Carvana is kind of maybe the most interesting right now because of the 50% short position. All right. Palantir, AI play. There was a short report that came out yesterday, right when the thing crossed 15. We're like, celebrate, because look at that. You could see the strong resistance at 15 Tuesday, Wednesday, or it was Tuesday, and then it broke it. And we're like, yeah, because this was like our largest position at the time. And then, boom, bear cave short report. Now, I don't give much credence to the short report. I looked it over. I saw the response from the CEO. So I still kind of like this long term, but I do want to be cautious about this, because this is like, out of all the AI stocks, this is held its gains the most. I mean, look at this, like 9 to 15. I mean, percentage wise, is it even? It's probably even better than Nvidia. So I don't know. So I like it longer term. But because we got that double, triple rejection at 15, I know it was because of a bear report that maybe not have a lot of credence. But because of that kind of triple rejection at 15, it's not looking as enticing in terms of, yeah, I can't give you confidence that, yeah, we're going to break 15 today and continue what we're going to do before the bear report. No, I can't tell you that. But I still like it, still holding it, just being a little cautious about it, selling some covered calls on this. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Now, Intel, we still have a position in this, and this is going to move with the NASDAQ. So let's see what the NASDAQ's doing right now in pre-market. So, okay, again, I'll move over here. So, okay, so hopefully Rex is right. NASDAQ explodes. But let me just review why I like Intel. It's because also this 50-week moving average, there it is. So also Intel, like ARKK, is at a very key level. Intel, like ARKK. And did news just come out on Carvana? Did they do an offering? Come on, what happened? The thing just died. Let's go check and see what's going on with Carvana. Is this just some price action, or is this news? Announces expiration of private exchange offering relating to existing notes. So something did just come out. Not sure what this means. The exchange offers were conditioned upon, among other things, a valid tender of a minimum of 500 million. So I don't know the implication of this, to be honest with you. This is not a straightforward thing where, oh, we're raising money. You have to know what's going on here, and I don't know what's going on here with the notes, and I don't know the implication of this. It's outside for a second. Today announced the expiration and termination of its previously announced offers to exchange its outstanding existing notes for up to an aggregate principal amount of $1 billion of new issued by the company. Exchange were made pursuant to the terms of the. I don't know. I really don't know, unfortunately. All right. Maybe someone out there knows what's going on. Is this good for the company? Is it bad? Obviously, the immediate reaction is this is bad for the company. So you have support here at 1377. But sometimes these initial reactions are wrong. So I'm not willing to make a definitive prediction that this is going to go down or up based on this news. I just don't know well enough, unfortunately. If anyone knows, let us know what you think about this Carvana news. Okay. All right. So going back down, where were we? We talked about Intel. NVIDIA we're just watching is kind of a gauge for what other AI stocks may do. A couple other AI stocks to watch, Vicor and WPP. We talked about before. Tesla hit that resistance, a target we talked about the other day was the 50-week moving average, and it's above it. So this is, again, another indicator like Intel, like ARKK, that risk assets may be getting ready to break that key moving average and giving us a good time with some of our risk assets if you're holding those. All right. Then we have Celsius. Really had a great day yesterday. We're just holding this and not thinking about it, not worrying about it, because guess what? Pepsi's going to buy them. And that's it. Simple story. Easy as that. And when Pepsi buys them, they'll buy them for a premium. So you don't even have to time this to say, let me sell the pops and get back in on the dips, because when they are eventually bought out, they'll be bought out at the all-time highs, and you'll get the best price by just holding this and waiting for the Pepsi buyout. Simple as that. All right. Enjoy that. I think that was all. I do want to also remind you about a couple things. RUM, okay, so there's this controversy with Twitter and Elon Musk, and they're doing censorship again. Now, Elon Musk apparently reversed his decision, or something was censored yesterday, but it does impact sentiment. It makes sentiment at Twitter a little bit worse in terms of free speech platform, and can improve sentiment at RUM. So maybe there's something in here for a little pop with RUM. I don't want to get into the politics of what was censored and all that kind of stuff, but you can look into that. So that's just something to watch. Potential sentiment tailwind for RUM today. And I just want to remind you guys, big news that we're expecting on 3 stocks. XXII, APRN, and DRIO. So XXII, APRN, and DRIO. XXII, they keep on expanding. Actually, officially, no news stories have been added in a couple days, but there was someone who spotted the VLN cigarettes in Utah, another new state that was never mentioned before. So I do think it's going to be any day that they're going to hit the 1,000 store threshold, and they're going to put a press release out about their progress. So I'm waiting for that, and expecting a nice pop on XXI when that news comes out. APRN, they have their shareholder meeting next Wednesday, and by next Friday, they're supposed to close this deal for $50 million as Carvana keeps dropping. So I'm guessing, based on the price action, that news was not good for the company. But again, I can't tell you for certain. Sometimes you have to interpret from the price action what's going on. So APRN, again, potentially huge news next week. And DRIO, we're waiting for news any day that could be similar to what we just saw with SENS, right? SENS up 14% on United Healthcare. So with DRIO, we're going to see Aetna launch on July 1st. And most people don't know about this unless you're listening to the conference calls. No press releases ever mentioning Aetna. So we're going to get a press release sometime in June, we believe, right? Based on comments from management. Sometime in June, we're going to get a press release from Aetna that they've launched this mental health solution, which DRIO is a part of, and holding that for a swing to at least the 200 DMA, $4.50. And that's perfect timing. Got to the end of my list, right when our friend Vegas shows up. Let's go. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you? It's Friday.
Doing good. It's Friday. I had nice conversations with yourself and also with Rex, our technical analyst, yesterday. And I'm looking forward to perhaps some sort of short squeeze today. What's your feeling on what the market can do today?
You know what? Looking for some volatility to the upside. Looking for some, I don't know about short squeezing, but definitely looking for this bullish continuation. So definitely want to see the SPY continue its uptrend. I'd like to see it continue this break 424.50. So if it does break that, we have some good room today to go to 428. So definitely watching that. Lululemon had a phenomenal earnings report, and loving Lululemon. It's looking really nice here over this 380. And I'd like to see it go to 385 potentially. Tesla looks great. It needs to break 211 today on Tesla. And then we have obviously NVIDIA, which is looking pretty good to me actually. It needs to break 405. So that's looking really nice. And also watching, watching also Amazon, of course. Active swing on Amazon, and want to see Amazon go to 130, but today maybe 127.90. So looks really good. Looks a great.
Wow, Amazon looking great this morning. Oh, they must be getting ready to release the Alexa mental health.
Maybe Alexa mental health aid that we've been asking them to make. Yeah,
specifically for me. That's going to be announced any day now. All right, awesome.
Did you mention you mentioned Carvana to me the other day? So just to let you know,
I did, and they just had some news, and I don't know.
They canceled the exchange offer for up to $1 billion of notes.
Okay, talk to me. Do you know what that means? I don't even know what that's about.
Not really, because that's, I've never seen that happen, and the exchange of notes, I'd have to see what the terms are. So I don't know. I don't know anything about it. No idea. I'd have to look. But sometimes that could be good news, or not, or maybe not. What's it doing with the stock? Anything?
I mean, it's an initial reaction is down, but there's been a lot of
maybe people don't understand. They don't understand what this means.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I mean, I don't understand it either, but it wouldn't make me want to sell the stock. I mean, I think when I looked at Carvana actually the other day, I mean, I think this, in the summer, like we're in June right now, but summer, like July, August, this stock could become a double. So like a double from where it is now. So it's one to not take your eyes off, even if you're not in it, just keep a watch on it because it has a lot of potential. It kind of looks like it's like trying to break out from the VWAP zone. So looks something to watch. So
well, we are in it. We are in a small position we got yesterday. Don't know what to make of this news, but I'm in it because of ARKK. I think this stock basically moves with ARKK. Simple as that. Just want to let you know, if you haven't seen it, microcap penny stock, which might interest you, SENS. It's up 15%. They just signed up United Healthcare to sell their continuous monitoring diabetes device. United Healthcare is 40 million covered lives. To me, it looks like it broke the 70-cent resistance, got an 80-cent target on it today. But this is something that maybe is a kind of inflection point type of news for the company. That's huge news. So I'm going to be looking at maybe trading this a little bit more. We got some in pre-market, but maybe bigger size. We'll see. Okay.
Well, I'll be watching that. I'm trying to think what else I'm going to. Oh, yeah, I'm still watching, QQQ looks good to me too this morning, especially if it breaks this 354. And it looks like it might. So it might have a room to like 357. So,
hey, you have any ideas? Do you have any? Oh, Apple. Oh my gosh. Apple, Amazon, these things are like flying. Unbelievable. All right, let's pull up Apple. What do you want to say about Apple?
No, I'm just going to say they have an event Monday. They're going to be really showcasing their
high. Is this an all-time high?
Yeah.
They're at an all-time high?
This did trigger off my money flow report, during the week. And so as soon as it broke 177.50, we went long on Apple. Target is 184. So definitely looking good.
294 is the all-time high. 182.94. Wow, unbelievable. Look at that W bottom. We saw that a couple weeks ago. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
do you
have any Friday lotto ideas?
Honestly, I was thinking of Lululemon, but because it's gapped up so much, I do not know if it's going to be worth a lotto because it's gapped up. So I think the only lotto I'm going to consider today is going to be Amazon because it looks really nice and the premiums are not inflated. So I will be looking to trade.
I looked at the Lulu earnings and I kind of agree with you. It's kind of went to where it is. Like market was pretty efficient with this one. Fundamentally, I don't see a lot of just maybe technically going to move around, but Amazon, I noticed that. That's really strong. And
that's the only lotto I'll play is Amazon, like for a day trade. And if you don't want to if nobody wants to do lottos because it's not for everybody, because it expires today, you can lose all your money. So you might as well just do the one for June 2nd, but go in the money, like go into like 125 calls, June 2nd or June the 9th. Sorry, they're pretty cheap. So
yeah, I really like Amazon to 132. We don't know about the exact timing, but that looks like a shoe-in for at least 132.
I can tell you that I do have money flow dark pool confirmed. So Amazon targets 130.
We're on the same page. Let's go 132.
And, the money flow has been pretty accurate. I did mention Meta go to 273, and look what happened. It went there. So this money flow stuff.
That was amazing. You nailed Meta. Unbelievable.
Is great because a lot of people don't follow money. They follow people on the news, and they listen to the noise on Twitter and StuckTwits, and then they get influenced by commentary, and then they like, oh my God, I better close this trade. Then they close, and the next thing it takes off. So you really, the only thing to follow is price action and follow the money, because the money is trying to show you what the institutional movers are doing. Like, I need to know, where are you going? Like, where are they going? Where are they putting their money? So I want to see where they're putting the money so that we hopefully can predict, what's the next mover in the market. So we'll be watching to see what's going on. PLTR still looks good for a swing. By the way, Mara looks good. So Mara's triggered also over this $10 range yesterday. So Mara has room to like $12. So Mara is a good swing trade.
It's really interesting. It doesn't not like Mara, and I saw the other one, Wyatt, was showing some life the last week or so. It doesn't concern you that Bitcoin really hasn't moved? It's like, I don't know. Like, I would feel more comfortable with Mara if I saw Bitcoin breaking out, but it's not.
Well, it could. Maybe it will later. I don't know.
Yeah. You think Mara is a leading indicator of Bitcoin?
Mara, I don't know about if it's the leading indicator, but I mean, it's been all week. It's been popping.
Look at that.
The other thing to mention too is that Dish Network is up. Amazon is in talks to offer mobile service to US Prime. So that could be another catalyst for Amazon, And MDB did amazing earnings. I'm not an MDB, but that's a great one too. So
I saw that. I saw the MDB earnings, and I don't know. To me, it looks kind of overvalued. So
it could be. But I will say Amazon is the focus for me, and I'll be definitely watching NVIDIA because it has a lot of potential if it breaks 405. And Lululemon, I will see what the premiums go for on the contracts for a lotto. But honestly, it's gapped up so much this morning, over $50. I doubt that the contracts will be cheap. So I'm not going to
Well,
bother with it.
I'll tell you this. I've observed that when we both agree, we look at market from different angles. You look at the money flow. I look at the news and the technicals and the fundamentals. I try to look at everything holistically. And I've noticed that when we intersect, our hit rate is nearly 100%. So I think that bodes really well for Amazon today.
Yeah, we blend well. And listen, one last thing to say before we go is NVIDIA has a catalyst next week. They have three events next week, NVIDIA. 3. So
Awesome.
we have to keep a watch on NVIDIA, even though let's say today may not be, let's say, that tradable. And, the earnings was smashing and unheard of records. But we have to keep a watch on NVIDIA because it's so powerful. And this catalyst with all these events next week could give it that another push. So we cannot ignore NVIDIA and say, oh, okay, it's not good today. No, it's one to watch. So if it is pulling back, I'd love to look to take some contracts for next week and see what's going on.
Yep.
But yeah, let's see what the market does. And everyone have a great weekend, great Friday. And we'll see everyone on Monday.
Sounds good. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.